We are at Rand Airport and we will be doing a cold start of the Cessna 172 SP Skyhawk. In order to ensure full visibility of all the controls and switches we'll be using, we will be pressing Y, Yankee on the keyboard to remove the yoke, and then everything else is now very clear. The first thing we must have a look at must be that the parking brake must be on, which it is at the moment. I press Victor on my keyboard to release it, and V again as a toggle to activate it. We must ensure that both master switches are on, avionics switches are off, normally like that in the default mode. The fuel selector on both. We could feed from the left-hand tank, and we could feed fuel from the right-hand tank to the engine during problem situations, but we prefer both so that fuel is fed from both the left and the right-hand tank at the same time to the engine in order to ensure symmetric flight. Ensure that the fuel shuttle valve is fully in. The throttle we open about an inch. It could be a half an inch during very hot days, but on a day like today I would prefer it being open about an inch. We switch the fuel pump on and take the mixture lever next to the throttle and open it up to fully rich with the fuel pump on for about 5 seconds. Close the mixture. We should have enough fuel in the engine for a start. Switch beacon on as an indication that the engine will be started and that the prop will be turning soon. Open the door and shout, "Clear prop, clear prop," in order to ensure that people are aware that we'll be starting the aircraft soon. You can look to your left, you can look to your right to ensure there's no one in the vicinity, and then we can start the aircraft. Before we start, I'd like to change my view slightly in order to see the prop turning and the key at the same time, so that when I have an indication that the engine is starting, I can push my mixture fully forward to fully reach. There we are. The engine has started successfully. The mixture is in the fully forward position, full reach. Avionics, we can switch on both switches. We can switch the fuel pump off. At this stage, I'd like to put my nav lights on in order to ensure the lights indicating the port and starboard positions. And we can now put the throttle at 1000 RPM in order to have a look at the engine indications. Oil will be heating up as the engine has just started running. The pressure is in the green arc. To the right, the vacuum of the vacuum gauges it feeds is in the green arc. The amps are 0, so there is nothing pulling serious amps within the configuration we have it now. Then we have between 10 and 15 gallons of fuel in each tank, left and right. The exhaust gas temperature is very low, and the fuel flow obviously low because of the engine being on 1000 RPM. Back to idle. Time to look at the controls, and now we can push Yankee again in order to get the yoke back. Right rudder, left rudder, right brake, left brake, yoke, fully left, fully right, fully forward, and fully backwards. So all the controls are fine. The engine has started, the cold start has been completed, and we are ready to taxi.